Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Cabral Concept. I'm Stephen Cabral, board-certified naturopathic doctor, and today on our Friday review, I'm looking forward to actually bringing you a new addition to our Friday review, meaning that every single week, I'm going to bring you a cutting-edge piece of research. So this means literally that it's just come out within the last few weeks or so, and you're going to know about it before even your primary care physician, definitely your family, your friends, and it's something that you can bring to them if you choose to. So at the very least, you're going to have this information first. Now, let's get started with that today. So this breaking research is actually coming out of Sweden. The university is called Karolinska Research University. And again, it's coming out of Sweden. And what they're showing right now is that those who consume soda or even sugary beverages at all, so just sugary sweetened beverages, those ones that you see that are fruit juice, but are really only like 3% fruit juice, all of those sugary drinks are now showing that you are twice as likely to develop liver or gallbladder cancer than you would be without drinking soda. So this is pretty significant, without a doubt. So if you're someone that drinks sugary beverages, meaning like really anything besides herbal teas, water, sugarless-based drinks, your likelihood for increasing cancer in the liver or gallbladder goes up by double versus those people that do not drink those sugary beverages. I thought that was really important and something that I wanted you to know. Now, if you're someone who every once in a while likes to have a beverage that isn't water, that isn't just herbal tea, I understand. But this is people on a regular basis who are drinking sugar-based drinks and mainly soda, because that's what was used for sure in the research. So please do keep that in mind. Keep yourself safe. And again, cancer doesn't happen overnight. We're looking at choices we make in our life, but also the environment. Some of those choices aren't ours to make, meaning like we live in a very toxic environment. We live in an environment that is allowed by our government to have over 77,000 man-made chemicals. It's completely insane. But again, corporations run our government, private interests run our government, and they just have lobbyists that allow these things to get pushed through. And again, it's another example of putting profits over people. It's disgusting. It should never happen, but we do have to protect ourselves. So that's why making better choices with what we can control is always going to be so much more powerful. And just making sure that we're not drinking a lot of these processed sugars is just so vitally important to us doing our best to never get cancer. So let's look at our next Friday review. So our next piece up is what I like to do, and this is something that I started doing maybe 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, quite a long time ago. There's a company called Life Extension, and I'm an advocate of essentially being your own doctor, really looking up what you can do to help yourself. Now, of course, if you're not a doctor, you're gonna find someone, a functional medicine doctor, a naturopathic doctor, or someone that can get you looked at for what you might be missing in terms of your overall health and also longevity in maintaining a really healthy body weight. Because as they've shown, people who maintain a healthy body weight are less chance for risk of cancer and a lot of other things. Of course, type 2 diabetes, heart disease. But one of the things that I started doing many years ago was I started ordering my own blood work even before I was a naturopathic doctor. So what I did was I just went online. And again, if you go to stephencabral.com, you'll see at the online store, we don't sell the lab work, but we show you the link to go to that. And I believe my product there just says, lab review or something like that. So what a lot of people I do is, as a naturopathic doctor, you can order any lab test, like any lab test you want, stool test, urine test, saliva test, hair test, but you can't order blood work. And the reason is blood work is only allowed to be ordered by your primary care physician or in a state where they license naturopathic doctors. And in Massachusetts, you can be a board-certified naturopathic doctor, but you cannot be licensed because they're only licensing in 11 states, or actually 13 states now. So here's what you can do, though. And this is the reason why a lot of people also do it as well, is that a lot of PCPs or primary care physicians are not ordering a very extensive blood work every single year like they should be, or in my opinion should be. So you don't get to look at all your hormones and sometimes your entire cholesterol profile and your thyroid and your homocysteine, which shows inflammation and cardiovascular risk, as well as CRP, which shows systemic-based inflammation. All these things are super important. And the nice thing is you can do it on your own. So I believe it's somewhere around $200 or $269. And the great thing is that that's probably the same price it would be for copay for your insurance. So you can get it run yourself. What they do is they ship a kit right to your house. Again, I don't have any vested interest in Life Extension. It's just a very simple company to use. And then you can contact any phlebotomy place in your area. That's just a person that does a blood draw. A lot of clinics do it. And the easiest thing is, in Boston, we just go right over to a hospital in Cambridge, and you just go to the walk-in clinic. They draw your blood. They put it in the centrifuge, which just means they spin it, and then they ship it out for you because Life Extension gives you the UPS package, I believe, just to ship it out. So you're probably able to do this in any country, and I know we have many different countries listening to the Cabral concept, which I do appreciate. And again, in most countries, everywhere, you're able to take better control of your health. That's what this is really just an example of, is taking better control of your health. So you can run the blood work, and then you could also have myself or anyone else, again, it doesn't have to be me, review your lab work to look at it from a functional medicine perspective. That means not just, okay, are your numbers within range or the out of range, but actually looking like, are they healthy numbers? Are they 1/10 away from being out of range? I don't consider that healthy. I'm looking for optimal health, not just the absence of disease. I believe that's what true health is. You know what? I'll put that in the show notes. Just make it easy for you. You can simply just go to stephencabral.com/174. And that's just the show notes for today. And again, any episode, I believe after like 140 or so, we just started doing stephencabral.com/that episode number. Very easy. Then you get all the show notes for the day. You get all the specialty links that we can link up to. And again, we don't make any money. We're not promoting Life Extension anyway. It's just they make it easy. And that's really what we're all about. Taking care of yourself, taking control of your health, and doing it in as easy a way as possible. Okay, and the last thing today I want to bring you is, if you didn't tune in last week to episode 169, it was on a Cabral house call. I got a really great question about the absorption ability of vegan-based iron versus animal-based iron. So definitely check out that show, and I show vegans and vegetarians, if you're not eating meat, how to better absorb your iron, and it's so simple. So definitely check out that show if you did not check out last Sunday's show, which was episode 169. So today, instead of just talking about absorption, I'm actually going to give you the top vegan iron-based foods. Now, if you eat meat, of course, you're going to get a lot of iron from meat, and as long as you can break it down well enough, of course. But what I'm talking about today is, what about those people who choose not to eat red meat, which is very high in iron, and a lot of other types of meat? Let's get into today other sources of iron, and I'm just going to give you the top 12 non-animal iron sources. So the top non-animal iron sources, meaning vegan sources, are cooked soybeans, basically like edamame. And again, I'm not a big component of eating a lot of soy, because soy is one of those things that's genetically modified. So genetically modified soy is what's most pervasive in the United States. And that means over 90% of all soy that you see in the supermarket is going to be genetically modified. So it's not a food anymore. It's called a genetically modified organism. This is way too early going in the food process to start eating genetically modified foods. I can't say that it's safe. I've seen too much research on the contrary. So what I'm recommending is, if you're going to eat some soy, just a couple times a week, and you'll also want to make sure that it comes from an organic source. Very, very important, okay? Organic automatically assumes and automatically is non-GMO. So you can feel pretty good about that. Let's go down the line. So the next is going to be powdered spirulina, or you can get it in capsule form. Spirulina is this really nice, dark, basically algae. And this algae is going to contain a lot of iron. So really, really dark green foods in general contain a lot of iron. Another one of those is cooked spinach. So why cooked? Well, the cooking of these things allows for the better absorption. That's basically it. Makes it more readily available. So okay, let's keep going down the list. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are my favorite way to get more iron for a vegan-based source, because it's so simple to get more iron just from having a few pumpkin seeds sprinkled over a salad or, in a trail mix or anything like that. Also called pepitas. So in other countries, pepitas or pumpkin seeds, fantastic. I'm going to go down the list now just a little quicker. So quinoa, fantastic source. Blackstrap molasses. Now, blackstrap molasses is very, very sweet. So I don't recommend a lot of this, but of course you could get a little bit of blackstrap molasses to get your iron. Tomato or tomato paste specifically, if you're using that as part of a sauce. Butter beans, which is like a white type of bean, nice and high. And again, more beans in general are going to be higher in iron, but butter beans especially. We already mentioned cooked spinach. Peaches. Again, not a huge an advocate of peaches, but peaches can be great. Just make sure that they're organic because it's a soft skin. Those pesticides are going to absorb directly into the fruit. That means you're going to be eating literally bug spray. That is not ideal from any perspective. I also don't use a lot of peaches just because I work with a lot of digestive-based clients, and peaches can be a thing that ferments in the gut and feeds bacteria and feeds yeast. Now, if you don't have any of those issues, then you're all set. No problem at all. Next up is tofu. What I recommend is organic sprouted tofu if you're having any soy at all. Very easy to digest, very easy to consume, so you could certainly add that once or twice a week, no problem in your diet. Again, not too much. And if you're sensitive to it, meaning like you're someone that is very sensitive to increases in estrogen, or you have PCOS or anything that you wouldn't want to raise any estrogen levels at all, then of course that's one to stay away from is soy. Prunes, another healthy source to get in your iron. And last but not least, the 12th one would be lentils. Lentils is another favorite one of mine. I probably have lentils once a week. Split mung beans is a type of lentil that's a fantastic one. In ancient Ayurvedic medicine and even modern day Ayurvedic medicine, lentils is certainly one of those top foods, not only to help with absorption and protein and amino acids, but also to help repair the gut. So really great food. That is it for our Friday review today. Thank you once again for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Remember, every week on our Friday review, every Friday, I'm going to be bringing you cutting edge research that really no one else has even seen or heard before. And that's because I get to I look at all of the research every single week. And again, I see dozens of reports come through every day. What I do is I take the ones that I think would matter to you. And soda in general, people love having a soda, especially in the summertime and warm weather. They're just having a soda. They're just kind of like relaxing, kicking back. But again, twice as likely to get liver or gallbladder cancer as those that did not consume it. Keep that in mind. Thank you, everyone, for once again tuning into another Cabral Concept. Thank you again for tuning into the Cabral Concept. As a loyal listener, I wanted to reward you with a special savings code for the month of July. Typically, shipping is close to $10 for the 7-day Dr. Cabral Detox. But when you enter the promo code July Detox, you'll be upgraded to free priority shipping. As you know, the Dr. Cabral Detox is the number one thing I use in my Boston practice and online to help people get well, lose weight, and feel great. Try it for yourself risk-free and start getting the results you deserve. To get started, simply go to drcabraldetox.com and enter the savings code JULYDETOX at checkout. I look forward to seeing your success story soon.